Mr. Tom here. Today I'm going to talk a little about how we work for God. Every day you should be taking Jesus Christ with you or with you wherever you go. Bring Jesus with you. He died on the cross to take away the sins that you have. And that starts with the original sin of Adam and Eve. Another sin that we would have is not voting. Those of us who are part of the MAGA movement or just feel patriotic and are upset about today's government should go out and organize and go out and protest and do it peacefully. And I don't mean peacefully as it was done in 2020. We all know that was not very peaceful. But we can organize and we could have marches. I suggest turning to the late Reverend Martin Luther King, who knew how to peacefully protest. In today's world, things seem to be more violent than they are in the past. Although I am not saying to go out and be violent, I certainly do not want that to happen. I do think that we need to get our message out as patriots and workers of Christ. We need to get our seeds planted to the ground to let people know that we are not religious fanatics, but we are responsible patriots who wish to see the best for all peoples of our country and also of the world. Today I have on a very special hat, and it has to do with the 2020 election. And it says, "This is what happens when you order a president through the mail." Friends, we need to stop that kind of nonsense right now here in its tracks. You either go to the polling place or you send in the mail-in ballot, and the rolls need to be completely cleaned up. I'm quite upset to see that the Democrats do not wish to have the rolls cleared up. I guess it's okay to have the dead, those who are no longer qualified to vote, or those who are illegal and using somebody else's name, to go out and vote and to change the politics and the culture of the United States. As long as this minister is alive, I will fight to see that that does not happen. Again, over the last 4 years, we have seen a decline in our country, both morally and economically. I don't know of a person who has said that their life is better now than it was 4 years ago. Keep that in mind when you go to the polls. Also, please remember, the numbers the government has been feeding us are wrong. They no longer look at inflation the way it was when I went to school, which was back in the late 70s and early 80s. They no longer calculate in the inflation calculation housing, food, and fuel, the three biggest commodities that are needed for our culture and life. Counting those in, I have calculated that the minimum inflation rate is 23%, and probably the maximum is about 33%. Just look on any website that tells you what the inflation rate is for those three things, and you'll see how my calculations came about. Friends, today take Jesus with you to work. Share the gospel, share possibly this video. Let people know that we are not the crazy Christians that the left wing portrays us to be. Let them know that we are good patriotic Americans who go out, fight, and die for our country. And our actions are to save others, to help others, and give them a hand up rather than a handout. This is Minister Tom, and I will see you soon.